twin sister bartenders, and just absolutely drop dead gorgeous women. Identical twins, and they're the most popular attraction in the whole place. I made a video of myself riding into the Cabbage Patch and walking up and talk to them, and they both have the Kevin McLaughlin band shirts on. And a friend of mine who's a computer programmer, he saw it online, and he's like, "It's amazing how realistic AI is nowadays." And I'm like, "Dude, this is my real life. Like, I don't even know how to work AI. This is what actually happened. Like, what are you talking about?"
So, kids, if you're watching, go talk to your guidance counselor and tell him how you can get a career being Kevin McLaughlin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kevin McLaughlin, and this is
Paul Robertson.
We are the Riffs and Rhythms podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that.
Yes. So how's it going, man? Haven't seen you since last time I looked at you.
I know, yeah. Like I said, I tell people that we lead separate lives outside of the podcast. Occasionally we do cross and intersect, maybe at a gig or two, or or mutual friend
at a Blue Society event.
Yes, that's right. At least every month we know for sure. Yep. Outside of the podcast, every other Tuesday we're not taping shows and so forth. So yeah, no, everything's going good, man. It's been like I said, it's been awfully cold here.
Yeah, Florida. Cold enough to snow in Florida?
Yeah, somebody said, I heard the other day, they mentioned a really cool metal band would be called Falling Iguanas.
Yeah, no doubt.
That'd be a good band name, right?
Falling Iguanas.
Yeah. So so we were great guests we had last couple episodes there with Brothers Within. Great to learn about those guys tearing it up here in Florida, one of the hottest reggae bands.
Well, if we are to believe the hype, they are the hottest reggae band.
Well, yeah, according to the Google overlords. So
yes, Google has decided.
Yeah, so definitely thanks guys for coming down furthest traveled band. But tonight though, we have a guest who's probably is up there in one of the mileage marks to get to the studio here.
Oh,
right?
yeah, from all the way from where he came from.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just stop beating around the bush and welcome Mr. Mark Telesca. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
How you doing, Mark?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for feeding me the drinks.
Yeah. Well,
before we go on.
Absolutely. Here's to podcastery greatness.
Podcastery greatness. I'll do some of that. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, let's see. Tastes like truth, Sierra.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're going to get everything out of him tonight. So everything you ever wanted to know from Mark, you're going to hear. Yeah. So
that distillery is right next to the Roofies factory.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, so this is February, right? No more dry January.
It's February. He's out of dry January, and now he's just getting his toe wet in February with beer instead of rum. Yeah. Breaking it in slow.
We're going to ease in right here, so with a light beer. No less.
That whole not drinking thing, it'll drive you to drink every time.
I know, man. It was tough. It was a tough 31 days.
Really? Was that your New Year's resolution, stop drinking for 1 month?
I wanted to try to get a little bit of some health aspect and give it a try. And, he kind of gave me a hard time about it. And I held in there. There was a lot of temptation, Yeah. So, but.
You lived.
Yeah, I lived to tell about it. So.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, thanks for coming.
Hey, man, thank you for having me. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know the name Mark Telesca, with our international audience, Mark is a mainstay guitarist and songwriter in South Florida.
I am. Thank you. Yeah.
So fill us in on what you've got going on, man.
You know what I got going on now? I'm just, I got my own band, original band, which is pretty cool. And I've got a solo career kind of going. I've been kind of out of it for a little bit, about 6 or 7 years. I had some personal things going on, some health issues, and my wife had health issues, and things are okay now. Unfortunately, my wife passed last May.
Yeah, that's
and I'm just, it is tough. She had breast cancer, man. It was just brutal. She was really sick for about 4 years, and I had to take care of her and all the gigs and everything that I was doing. I just really had to put it down. I had to put a stop to it because, I needed to be home and I needed to care for my wife. and you know, so that's what I basically did, and I'm just sort of, you know, coming back around, sticking my head out of the water. It's been about 8 months since she's passed, and with a lot of good friends and good music and good people around me to help me get through, you know, probably the most difficult time of my life. You know, I'm able to, you know, come back out and just reemerge a little bit. Things are a little different. I'm a little different. You know, these things kind of change you a little bit. You know, they make you stronger in a lot of ways, but they also change your outlook on life and music and love and everything. You know, everything gets reevaluated after a situation like that.
As it should.
Yeah.
So welcome back to Playing Out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels good to get out there and play some music for some people.
Yeah.
So I saw your video of the band playing, and that was a very recent show, right? That was like last month.
Probably, yeah. We've had we record most of our shows, yeah.
Yeah. So great show.
Yeah, it's good. It's a great
Definitely
band. Great band. You know, we have a 6-piece band, and you know, we're playing, you know, some of the best clubs around, and you know, we're drawing people and we're selling tickets, and people are digging the songwriting and the stories and all the stuff that goes on stage, you know. So it's been great. It's been great, and we're not getting oversaturated just playing clubs every weekend or whatever, you know. We're trying to, like, you know, cherry pick, you know, better clubs, small theaters, things like that, and you know, make it a thing when we come out and play, you know.
Yeah, cool.
So, yep. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
No, it's just been cool.
Yeah.
Like you said, just refer.
So if somebody came out to see you play who've never seen you before, describe what somebody would experience, or do you want to kind of keep it a surprise?
Well, you know, I mean, first of all, you know, I front a 6-piece band and I play an acoustic guitar. So that already right there is a little bit different. And then right next to me is I have a tenor saxophone. So I have an acoustic guitar and tenor saxophone, and then, you know, we have percussion in the band, and you know, there's background harmonies, and there's everything you could want, except we don't carry a Hammond player or a piano player. You know, it's usually 2 guitars, and that's really the big version of the band.
Okay.
So it's kind of nice. You know, it's 5, 6 pieces, and it's, you know, I'm a songwriter, and a lot of my music I write lyrically has meaning behind it for me, or some story on why it was written or whatever, and I share those stories with people. You know, I mean, you know, people aren't really hearing me on the radio and everything, so I kind of set up every tune with like a little bit of a story, where it came from or why it's happening or whatever, and you know. And it's a nice thing, and people seem to be digging it, and they want to come back. So, you know, and I fill in the rest of my time with some solo gigs, you know, and I do some solo gigs. I do some instrumental gigs. I do some really quiet, discreet stuff, off the radar, you know.
But those are nice gigs. I've done gigs like that.
I know.
You're just sitting there, just comping out and doing some melodies and stuff. It's very satisfying.
It's not, isn't it nice when sometimes you're playing in a room and it's quiet and nobody's paying attention? You're like, perfect.
Playing for yourself.
Yeah, this is perfect, because I really need to work on this part. In fact, I think I'm going to play this song again in the next set. So, yeah, but that's cool.
So that video I saw of you were at the Funky Biscuit, right?
Yeah. I don't know which one you saw, but
I believe it was.
There's been a couple of us at the Funky Biscuit. Yeah.
It was. Well, I can look it up, tell you, because it was just the other day.
Yeah.
I'll look through my YouTube history.
So while Kevin's doing some research here, so the Funky Biscuit, right, down in Boca,
Yep.
right?
122.
Yeah, 122. That wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, 2025. So that was a year ago.
Oh, okay.
That was the one I saw last year in January.
Okay. Yeah, we just did one January 8th.
Okay.
So it's not out yet. It's not out yet.
Oh, okay.
January 8th.
There's a lot of great places down there in South County. You know, we are up here in North County, right, where
Right.
the studio is. But down in South County, there's a lot of cool places. You know, whether it's the Funky Biscuit, You know, a lot of touring bands will come through.
A lot of touring bands, and you know, like the Blues Cruise and the Rock Legends Cruise and the Big Easy Cruise. All these guys and all these bands, you know, they're leaving out of Lauderdale, and they're all picking up gigs at the Funky Biscuit on the way out, and they're all picking up gigs on the way back in.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of bands that are just, you know, really great bands, and you know, they're able to get gigs on land. Like, you know, if you land on Saturday morning, you can gig on Saturday night or Sunday night, you know, or they'll make a full weekend out of it or something.
I haven't been to the Funky Biscuit, but I mean, down in the same area is Uncle Crazy Mike's, or what am I screwing that name up?
Crazy Uncle Mike's.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was close. So yeah. So that's another place that you played down there.
I played
too.
there. Yeah. That's
So,
a good spot.
Yeah, I know Mike. Mike's a great guy. Yeah, he's got a great club too. It's a little bit different. You know, both clubs are a little bit different.
Yeah, I had a great experience with them. I played there, and we were up in there, and they got a righteous green room.
Yes, they do. Very righteous.
And we're sitting back there, and he pulls out his cabinet, he pulls out this bottle of 1792 whiskey, and he's like, "Oh, you know, let's crack this open. I haven't had any of this yet. Anybody a whiskey drinking?" I'm like, yeah. So when we're drinking this whiskey, and I'm like, "Man, I feel bad." I'm like, "We're drinking up all your expensive whiskey." He's like, "This is why I have bands in my place, so I can hang and drink with them. So it's your turn." I'm like, "All right, let's
there
go."
you go.
Right.
Yeah, super cool guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And he rides.
Oh, well, no wonder.
Yeah, he rides. Yeah. So, and you ride.
I do.
And I ride.
As often as I can.
What about you, Paul? You ride? No?
No.
You don't ride?
No.
Okay.
I ride the cymbal.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm going to be I've got like a residency at the Cabbage Patch. I'm there for every rally in Daytona.
Oh, nice, man. What are you riding?
I've got a 2003 Softail Standard.
Nice. Nice
Yeah,
bike.
it's a great bike. I love it.
Nice bike. I have a trike. We did the trike thing.
Yeah, you just mentioned.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. You know, you feel really, I mean, you're cruising 80, 85 miles out, just in two fingers, man, just on cruise control, you know?
So it's always weirded me out in the turns. Like, doesn't it feel like you're going to go over forwards?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The big difference is on the trike, you have a stabilizer bar for your front wheel because the two wheels in the back will make that front wheel shimmy, you know? But, you know, the bike is really stable, man. When I was looking at getting a trike, I was like, first of all, Harley Davidson's the only company that really makes a trike. You know, if you want to do Indian or say you see Honda Gold Wings, they wind up, you know, you got to buy the bike and then you got to buy a conversion kit.
Oh, wow.
And then you got to have somebody put it together and then that voids your warranty and everything costs way more money. You know, you go to Harley, you get the trike, comes, you get your standard, you know, just like any other bike, you have warranties and all your stuff in place. And
I wasn't aware of that.
yeah, yeah. So that's why it's my first Harley. I've been riding all my life. It's my first time I bought a Harley. And I tell you what, it's a nice bike, man. It's a really nice bike.
They are solid as hell.
Yeah, it's really nice. Black and chrome,
Nice.
old school.
Yeah,
I don't need anything more than that.
rock on.
Yeah.
No, my mom won't let me get a motorcycle.
She's still
Yeah.
It's because Paul McCartney didn't ride one.
That's correct. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I'd grown up in, you know, or lived in Daytona for quite a lot of years. My folks lived in that area, and so Main Street Bike Week, and always going down there and checking things out and so
Yeah.
forth. But
I'm looking forward to going to a bike event. I haven't been to a bike event because I've been home, you know, dealing with all other kinds of stuff. Haven't been to a bike event in years. I've never been to Sturgis, but I've been to Daytona Bike Week and Biketoberfest quite a number of times. I did a couple of poker runs down in Key West. You know, so I used to do some riding. It's cool, man, but I hear it's changed a little bit. But
It has. Yeah. It has. What you remember is still there, but there's a lot of new schoolers there that make it a little different.
yeah, all right.
But it's primarily the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you said Cabbage Patch is celebrating its 100th anniversary.
Yeah, this is the 100th anniversary year of the
Wow.
Cabbage Patch.
So, and I hear you're going to be crowned the king of the Cabbage Patch.
Well, I'm the head cabbage.
Okay.
Cabbage head.
Yeah. No, no. They're going to let me stay. That's probably as good as I'm going to get.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I know. Where were we going here? We just went way off.
That was a poorly designed thin veil over something that nobody gets.
For sure.
You got to be able to ride to enjoy this conversation. Right?
Yep. Yeah. Hey, if you ride, good.
At least we're not talking about cams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, well, I can tell you about that if you want, but we don't want to get into all that. Harley Davidson is where it's at if you're going to ride a motorcycle. If you look down at your tank and it doesn't say Harley, go to a dealer and trade it.
So how's that saddlebag holding up there that we got?
Oh, very good. Very good.
yeah.
It's made of tough Cordura nylon, and it's holding its own.
Yeah.
Holds up to the weather and everything. Hasn't faded yet.
Oh, that's over a year now. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least.
Very
So,
cool.
Yeah. Again,
Got a chance to beta test a biker backpack.
Nice.
not quite sure how they sent it to us, and I was like, okay, well, hey, Kevin, you're the one that rides, so.
Yeah. Do you record your rides like on a GoPro, like a lot of guys do, and you do podcasts with that? And all
That's
that?
what
Well, your
that's what my
videos-
girlfriend is for on the back. She's
Oh.
got, there's a phone over my shoulder.
Oh, okay.
I prefer to concentrate on making sure we don't die.
Okay.
You could get a mic on your helmet or something, or on your chest.
Yeah, but it then would be in the garage with my helmet.
Well, your videos that you were putting together for some of your music videos, too. You had
I
some-
do have a bunch of riding videos, yeah.
That's
But
cool.
I don't take them. I just am in them.
That's cool.
And I bring this up from time to time because I just think it's super cool. I have a couple of friends of mine that became friends during all the rallies, twin sister bartenders, and just absolutely drop dead gorgeous women. Identical twins, and they're the most popular attraction in the whole place. They've since stopped doing it, but I made a video of myself riding into the Cabbage Patch and walking up and talk to them, and they both have the Kevin McLaughlin Band shirts on. And
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And a friend of mine who's a computer programmer, he saw it online and he's like, it's amazing how realistic AI is nowadays. And I'm like, dude, this is my real life. Like, I don't even know how to work AI. This is what actually happened. Like, what are you talking about?
Kevin's in the Matrix.
Yeah, but I think that's hilarious that I do stuff that's so cool. Everybody assumes it's just generated by a computer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, kids, if you're watching, go talk to your guidance counselor and tell them how you can get a career being Kevin McLaughlin.
Right?
That's right. So, anyway, let's get back to music, Mark. Yeah. So, we were talking a little before the show about some of the other guests here who's been on the show locally, whether it's been Dottie or Jake or
Right.
Hawk. A lot of the local blues players here in our area. Still, we got a lot more folks to have on our show too that are again with Kevin and I being
Yeah, but right now we got Mark.
Oh, I know. No,
Mark's
but
got
it's- I'm
CDs
busy.
out. Like,
Yeah.
of the CDs that you've released, which one is your favorite?
Well, I always like the most recent is always my favorite.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, I get
because each one gets better. And each one gets a little bit more different. The music, the songwriting, everything gets a little bit more mature. Everything gets a little bit more.
So fill me in on how this one is better and different than the last one.
Well, the last one I did a CD in 2020. I put it out as a solo acoustic, and it got nominated for a Blues Blast Award, which was pretty cool. And I coincided it with a book I wrote because in 2017 I went up with Non-Hodgkins Lymphoma, and I wound up that just basically took me out for a year.
So you're a cancer survivor
I
yourself.
am, yeah. I'll take some.
Good job.
So, yeah,
couldn't have been
so-
easy.
6 rounds of chemotherapy. It was just,
That's enough to kill you by itself.
yeah, right, man. I was sick, honestly. I was sick from February till like December. I mean, it was like no shit. I mean, I was sick, for the entire year. But, you got to trust your doctors and you got to trust your gut and you got to trust, Anyway, knock wood, it all worked out, so.
So was that
Yeah.
before or after this CD that was
No, so that was before.
Before the acoustic
And
CD?
Yeah, and what wound up happening was I was sick for the entire year, and then I just I'm not a movie guy or anything. I just started playing more and more acoustic guitar, more and more acoustic guitar, more and more. And I figured, well, let me put something out. I'm getting healthy. 2020 is my year. 2018, I started coming back. 19 was pretty good. And then, I wrote this whole book on my journey of cancer. It's more of a memoir than anything else, called Love, Music, Hate, Cancer. And I was going to put them both out in January, and things were about to take off. I got the nomination, and by, March, February, March, COVID hit.
Yeah.
And everything got shut down, and whatever I was doing was lost, forgotten about, like a lot of our projects, like a lot of guys. And yeah, and then and then shortly after that, then my wife got sick, and then I was home with that, So, but she started to rebound, and I wrote an album in 2023. It's called Brand New Day, and things were starting to look better. Things were starting to look hopeful. And I went and recorded it on Mosher Street Records with my buddies, David Blum and Jerry Blum. They own the record company. And, they said, hey, send me some stuff. We need some artists on our label. And in fact, what happened was, I don't know if you guys remember Joey Gilmore, blues legend down here. Yeah. So, I had a couple of Joey Gilmore CDs, and man, they just sounded so good. They just sounded so pro, and I knew they were done locally, and, but they just sounded like they came out of, like, the Power Station or the Hit Factory or something. They were just smooth as. So I called them up, and I said, hey, man, where is Joey recording? Because I want to do another CD, and I just love the way Joey's stuff sounds. Because I got saxophone and other guys. So they said, well, Joey records here, and I use this producer, and blah, blah, blah. Why don't you send me some stuff that you want to record? So I sent them some stuff, just like cell phone stuff. You know what I mean? Like junk. And why don't we just sign you up? Why don't you just be one of our artists on our label? And we booked a half a dozen dates in the studio. And we did the record, and I had, people coming in and out. Some special guests were on it. My buddy Jason Ritchie, who lives in New Orleans, harmonica plays on a bunch of stuff. My buddy Jimmy Carpenter from Las Vegas came in. He came in and did some saxophone. JP Soares, locally, he came in and played some guitar and some slide on some of the songs. And it wound up being a really good record. And when I played live, I played just about everything on that record. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's really my favorite, is Brand New Day. And I have a whole nother record ready to be recorded. So I'm just kind of waiting it out, seeing what's going on. You know what I mean? Musically, and timing has to be right to do a record. You got to be right in the right headspace.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that just music just flows out of you pretty easily, or that process?
Oh yeah, man. Like all this songwriting and stuff. I don't know where the hell it comes from. It's really a gift from God. It really is. It's just, sometimes I'll go back to other stuff I've written. I'm like, I wrote that? It's pretty clever. This is before AI, I'm like, I came up with that verse, you know what I mean? Wow, okay. Like, to write a cohesive piece of music or something like that, or, some poetry and put it to music, I don't know.
That's an amazing
You're a
thing.
songwriter, man. How do you write? Yeah, I usually have music written, some cool riffs and stuff, and then I wind up getting myself into some kind of thought process, or I lock into a subject matter mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I start writing. I'll have a melody, or whatever, and I'll just start piecing it all together.
Yeah, it's a different process every time for me. Sometimes you'll just grunt it out all in one plop.
Right.
Or sometimes, like a melody will hit me, or a phrase. Like every time I come across a cool phrase or I say something, I'm like, that's worth remembering, and I'll put it in my notes app. And sometimes I'll just sit down and conglomerate a bunch of really cool quotes like that. Or the same thing can happen musically. I'll spit something out into my audio recorder app and then sit down, after the fact and go through a list. Oh, that one's cool, and then you develop that.
Right.
So it's all different. Sometimes oftentimes I come up with musical motifs and progressions on stage, waiting for the rest of the band to get ready.
Sound check.
Yeah, sound check. It's a great place for inspiration to hit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, it comes in all different.
Oftentimes when I'm riding, being on the motorcycle is such a meditative experience that almost every time music comes to me. And oftentimes I lose it because it's usually a long time before I let go of the handlebars.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's wind therapy.
It is wind therapy. Yeah, it's necessary, man. There are times when I just turn into a grumpy jerk, and then I realize, I haven't had saddle time in a long time. Let's get on the bike.
That's what she
That's
said.
right.
And then
That's
Tracy's
right.
like, yeah, let's go.
I love that. You better pin that then. I love that phrase if you want to work around it. Wind therapy.
Wind therapy is
you
there's no
haven't heard-
therapy like
There
wind
you
therapy.
go,
You
right.
haven't heard that term?
That's a commonplace term.
Remember,
in the
I only
bike world.
I only ride the symbol. Remember?
Yeah.
There's no therapy like wind therapy, man. You can't pay someone to sit there and listen to you whine and have it be as productive as just an hour on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I think the kids calling it raw dogging these days.
No, I think that's actually something.
Nope.
That's riding something else.
No,
than a
no,
motorcycle.
That's different.
No, that's a different raw dog, right? Am I right, Devin? Am I got the right term in the airplane?
No.
No, right. Haven't you heard about? Oh my God, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm screwing up the term. Maybe.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
maybe so.
Yeah.
No, I don't think raw dogging is
Yeah.
the
Paul, you need to
correct term.
So,
you need to open up that Urban Dictionary and do a little more reading.
raw,
He's gonna pop up the definition on screen.
Yeah, raw
Yeah,
dogging.
raw
Isn't that when you go to New York and the hot dog truck just opened and you
Oh.
buy one? That's raw dogging, right?
You know,
I'm
I
gonna
just
look
got
this
back
up.
from I went to New York for New Year's Eve this year.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was right
Really?
in Times Square, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Were
it was
you-
crazy.
Were you wearing a diaper?
No, I wasn't wearing a diaper.
A lot of people were. That's a thing
Yeah.
I learned.
Well, listen, man.
People do this.
Okay, listen. I was inside.
Okay.
Okay. I try and live my life with some dignity.
Indoors is definitely more dignified than outdoors, and
So I was in the Paramount.
degree
I was
way.
in the no shit. I was in the Paramount building on like the 17th floor, and directly below me was Ryan Seacrest the whole night.
Oh,
the whole
wow.
night, and I could see him going back and forth through his
Ah.
trailers. And
there's a
everything.
lot of people who wish they could say that.
Yeah. Let me tell you what. You don't need to go there, man.
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you what. Everybody thinks it's live, but it's not live because he would do his shtick, and then I could see him walk to his trailer, and then it would come on TV like 3 minutes later.
oh, so they're that
So
much ahead.
they're editing. They don't want any surprises. You know, what
It
I'm
makes
saying?
that makes sense.
Well, you can
yeah,
always
yeah.
tell when you watch the ball drop on TV. It's already 5 minutes past 12.
Yeah. But it was really cool. It was just an unbelievable experience, to be inside and checking out the whole crowd and everything. And now they got drones all patrolling and everything. It was a massive crowd. I couldn't even tell you how many people were there, but there was no really bad incidents that we heard of or anything like that.
That's wild.
And the security has gotten a lot better throughout
Yeah.
the years. Because I went there when I was like in my 20s, and I was outside, and it was cold, and it was raining, and no, I didn't wear a
Were
diaper
you the
then
guy?
either.
Were you the guy helping me refill the gas lamps?
Yeah, right. Right?
How do I gotta pour this whale blubber oil into the?
Yeah, it's our last vat of whale blubber that outlawed this stuff.
Well, they're gonna be doing
It
another.
wasn't that quite that long ago, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, okay. Well, then you weren't the guy that was helping me.
But it was mayhem. It was just like the Wild West. People everywhere, and no one was it wasn't organized at all. It was crazy.
I
And,
saw a video after this passant. I just mixed past and recent. After this recent New Year's, I can't talk today. I'm just gonna give up. No, I saw a recent video that was showing that apparently the way they actually they do all the confetti is people in buildings actually
Yeah,
by hand, throwing it out the window.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
they absolutely do. They do that absolutely because I was on the 17th floor and I was just above seeing all the people. Somebody was there, right? It was just you could see all the people. They were lined up, and they were just dumping buckets and buckets and buckets of confetti. It was crazy.
We were watching it on TV, and whatever feed we had, I don't think it was the main feed because either that or somebody got a really bad cue. Some pop singer was on stage with her band, and they were bopping along to her hit song, and then right in the middle, they all went. And then stopped in the middle of the song and just stood there. And the camera still bead right on him.
Oh wow, really?
I'm like, somebody got a bad cue.
Awkward. Was there a Mariah Carey thing like that happened? Was it? There was some incident in a New Year's show, whatever. But they're gonna do the.
Oh yeah, Mariah Carey, like they gave her the wrong cue and she sang
she was
her,
off or
her
something.
teleprompter turned off and she
Right.
didn't know the words to her song.
I mean, Christmas and New Year's, that's like her only gig these days.
I
isn't
know
it?
it's.
I mean, how do you, I mean, what do you do? 200 dates a year? I mean, come on.
Yeah, she does 200 dates in December and that's it.
That's it.
I know.
But hey, why not have 11 months off? I'm good.
That's
I'd
not
be good
bad,
with that.
right?
Yeah, right. That's a good schedule, man. I like that.
Every November she gets on the top 40 again.
So
Yo,
Mark,
her royalties must be insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
so Mark,
hopefully-
you got to write the song, find the holiday that nobody represents, and write the song for it.
Right, like Adam Sandler did.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
go.
There you go. Right. So
Yeah.
Flag Day or
We
something.
got a
Flag Day.
Yeah,
Flag
yeah,
Day.
Flag Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flag Day soundtrack.
I
That'll
want
go
more
over great.
Hanukkah songs, man.
All your Flag Day.
But they're going to
favorites.
drop the ball again in July. Did you hear about that?
What?
I don't know whether to believe you or
For
not.
maintenance?
No. Because it's his 250th birthday of.
Oh, it is the 250th
They dro-
birthday
well,
year
they
of the United
dropped-
States.
Right.
They dropped 2 balls.
Really? Like on the
On New
farm in
Year's Eve.
All right,
springtime?
come on. Am I supposed to believe that?
No, they did. There was a ball. The second ball had said 250 on it.
Yeah. I can hear it in the street now. Okay, your second ball is 250.
The second ball. Yeah.
250.
Forget about it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't think it's going to be as big as New Year's Eve, though.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah.
Who knows, though? I mean, 250 years, that's a pretty round number.
That's hey, it's. I think it's.
I
pretty cool
remember
to
the
celebrate.
bison.
Yeah.
You guys are old enough to remember the bicentennial?
Was that 1775?
Yeah. That was the one.
Yeah, no, that was the one. He's talking about the one at Disney World. They had a bicentennial and the 100th anniversary.
Okay. No. Okay.
No, sorry.
Sorry. 1975. Yes.
Something like that.
Something like
yeah.
that.
So, but now that I've been to Europe, I mean, Europeans are not impressed with 200 years.
No.
I mean,
They've been around a minute, right?
their windows are like 1,000 years old.
Yes.
We stayed in this place. It was called Liam Cottage, and I did a video of it. The floor was slate, and in the kitchen, the slate floor was so old it was worn down 1.5 inches in the walkway. I'm like,
That's
how long? How many
crazy.
footsteps does it take to wear solid rock down 1.5 inches?
But if you think about you just like you said, if you just stop and really take that in and get real deep about it, it's kind of crazy to think. 250 years ago, we were talking about it was only when Washington and the founding of this country. Sometimes you think like, oh, that was so far. Kids today probably think that's so far back. In reality, it's not, right?
No, I mean, people really didn't advance for like 4,000 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was on.
Yeah,
In the last
5
150 years,
500 years ago, they discovered the Americas, right? The Europeans
14,
figured out
yeah,
it was there. And then, 1,000 years before then, they were just building the last new neighborhoods. And
Yeah. Yeah. You go from Columbus to Washington, right?
we were
that was a huge
in
shift.
Exeter. We were at the cathedral in Exeter, and they started construction in 900 AD. And it wasn't done until like 1350.
I that's why I could see going to Europe.
we're going to
and
have to
seeing all that
fact
stuff.
check that.
That's right.
Yeah, double check. Well, I probably got the sign. I took a picture of the sign. We can look it up.
Right.
But yeah, they started in 900 AD.
Wasn't there like some cathedral or something that was started construction like hundreds of years ago and it was only recently finished?
Probably. Well, those, I mean, that's 900 to 1350. That's 450 years of construction. I mean, we talk about construction delays today. We got nothing on that.
They're tied with Florida Highway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Florida Highway. But the most notable feature on the exterior of this cathedral in Exeter was at the apex of the building. There was a life-size statue of a naked man with junk hanging down to his knees.
Oh, you're talking about the two balls that drop.
No, I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about a very well endowed male, not like these Greek statues where it looks like it's swimming in January, but like seriously well endowed male naked man. And I'm thinking, like, why is that there? Like, is that like hold out for marriage, ladies? Because look what you get.
That's maybe.
I don't know.
It's art.
It was certainly artistic.
art.
Hopefully, I wasn't the only one who noticed that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was July when they did that sculpture.
Yeah, probably.
So, things are different.
Anyway, back. What were we talking about?
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
Wow,
Where
we're
are
all over the
where-
place,
where
yeah.
are we
So
going
you
with
not
all
only
of
do you play
this?
guitar, you play bass too. As well.
I'm a professional bassist by trade. I'm one of
Okay.
those few guys who played bass and then switched to guitar. A lot of guys, they play guitar and they go, this is too much for me. And they go and they start playing bass. But I started on bass.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
And I said, this is not enough. There's
Yeah.
got to be more out there.
must be. Well, you're one of the lucky ones who woke up to the fact.
Yeah.
Only 4 strings?
So,
Well, I mean, there's a lot you can do with them, and you
true.
can have 5 or 6 or 11 or 12 now.
So yeah, I love playing bass, man. My favorite thing to do, honestly, musically, is to get into a hip band with a hip drummer, okay, and just lay down some nice, simple, fat bass lines, you know, and let the guitar players do their thing, let the vocalists do their thing, and just back them up, man. And that is for me, musically, just it's just great for me, especially in the moment when that's happening. I love that, you know, but there's no money in it, so.
Well, one of my favorite
So
musician jokes is
we're gonna
about
have
bass
to
players.
we're gonna have to make some adjustments. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know, but honestly, you know, that is really if you said, you know, if I could just do that for a career and just lay it down for people, man, and you know, with really good guys, that's what I love. That's what I love to do. You know, especially like blues and soul music. I play B basses. And I play, you know, like flat wound strings, the heaviest you can get. And in fact, when I learn tunes these days, I do them all on upright.
Oh wow!
And then when I go and I play live electric bass, I take all those upright licks that I've worked on, and I play them on electric.
So-
and it gives it like a little bit of a different thing.
Aren't they tuned differently?
No, they're tuned. Same thing.
An upright bass is tuned in fourths.
EADG, yeah.
Ah, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
man, yeah. I play upright, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's it, as you described there, Mark, was that quintessential locking in, right?
Yeah.
You just
Yeah, I mean, it's just great. It's just great, you know.
So
what I
does
mean?
your stand up bass have a pickup? Can you plug it in?
Yeah, I have a. Yeah, I do. Of course. I don't use a bass amp though. I use a preamp, and I use actually a Bose system.
Yeah, that would sound good.
You know, and really translate that upright sound. You know, a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll put like magnetic pickups on their basses, but they sound like electric basses then.
Yeah,
They don't, you know, you want to get that body. You want to get that.
Yeah, it's all about the groan of the body.
Yeah. It's got a different sound than an electric bass for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
definitely there's a lot of I see upright bass. It's like I don't know if it's a resurgence or just it's not common, but yet starting to see a lot more of it. I feel like.
Well, you could see some of it. Yeah. I mean, I play bass, and some of my bass players do play upright, and we'll do some gigs with upright. In fact, I'm playing at. I do one of my solo. It's not really a solo gig. It's a duo gig at Coconut Creek Casino, New York Yankees Steakhouse, the Legends Lounge there. It's a real nice room, man. It's white tablecloth, and it's no smoking, and it's just like a different. It's not
classy,
really a
yeah.
casino thing. You know what I mean? It's just a nice restaurant. And I love playing there because, people come and they're eating and it's kind of quiet and they're, the sound guys are great and everything. It's all in-ear monitors. It's all pretty modern. But, I'll go there, with different guys, sometimes a cajon player or another guitarist. Or sometimes, I'll go in with an upright bass, maybe acoustic guitar and upright bass. It's just beautiful. And, the right tunes, the right thing, the right vibe, it really lends to that whole, we dress nice, and it's really, it's a classy place. So I try and be, a little bit more classy than, than wearing, pajamas to a gig, which I've done. That's not to the casino though, not to NYY.
There you go. So, like, what would you typically do with your solo gig?
Well, it's funny. I like I said, I do a lot of instrumentals. I do, some standards on that gig, on that solo gig, and I play a lot of my own music. My own music is really vibey. It's really like, just it lends to the atmosphere of what's happening. You know what I mean? I'll use, I write songs with like a lot of major 7 chords and, diminished chords and things like that, where I can, really kind of quasi jazz type stuff,
Well, when you're doing your solo gig and you're playing one of yours on acoustic, like what's the tune that you play that's like you're most at home performing?
Well, it depends on the night and the spot, but I do tunes. I do a tune I wrote called Day by Day, which is real nice, man.
Can we hear it?
Yeah, you can hear it.
I'd love to hear that song.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, play it, man.
I will.
There we go.
All right, sure, man. How do I look? Good.
You're beautiful.
I don't give a shit.
If I look good, I sound good.
How do I look? What am I going to do? Now, I've been drinking.
Day by day.
Oh,
Is that the name of the song?
You said day by day, so I can't wait to hear it.
One of my jazzier things. So when you're eating your $150 steak and drinking your, $250 bottle of wine, you want to hear something cool, right? And groovy, something vibey. So you think that I'm a drag, but I heard you brag. See, I was just looking for a chance, share a little romance with you, yeah. You're like an angel with a view, but you got this funky attitude. You're a total work of art, but I ain't no bleeding heart, that's true. Well, I know it's crazy, but I don't know what to say. Sometimes the answers I don't know, so let's just take it day by day. You should have told me not to try, but I'm just glad we made it out alive. Came right out of the blue, like that brand new tattoo that you've been trying to hide. Think I'll take a holiday. Oh, know that I need to get away. I need to get away from all these secret rendezvous. Ain't gonna be no more you telling me what to do. Well, I know it's crazy, but I don't know what to say. Sometimes the answers I don't know, so let's just take it now, day by day, oh, day by day. I said day by day, day by day, now, yeah, day by day, yeah. Heading on back to town. I got chills, they're running up and down. You know, I got so many things that are running through my brain to make me smile again now that I'm over you, yeah. Sounds crazy, but it's true. We ain't got nothing left to do. And you know, we ain't got nothing left to say. So let's just take it now, day by day. Day by day now. Day by day. Oh, yeah.
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 Mark Telesca right here.
The crowd goes crazy.
Wow. I'm not quite now, Mark. We don't typically have music with the guest at the same time in a show, right? So it's usually a music hang show, and we've had some performances, but again, that was a super unique thing. But I think you've now damned everyone else that nobody's going to touch this, right? So now we can no longer play in the same time. I don't think anyone's going to touch that. So that's it.
Thanks,
You're-
Yeah,
right.
right
Yeah.
on. That was
Yeah.
great.
So,
That's
kinda
great.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I do, like on my solo gigs when I sing. That kind of vibey, jazzy-ish type of stuff. And I love it, and I write it, and it's cool.
It makes me want to go buy that, get a $100 steak and go drink some $250 wine
Yeah,
just to
sure,
come
man.
listen to you play.
Yeah,
your-
I was jonesing for a Wagyu.
February 26th.
Oh,
That'll be
All right, there you
a
go.
little shameless plug,
I
right?
think
there's
it's all about.
There's no obstacles about shameless plugging here. We're
Yeah.
all about it.
Oh yeah, we promote it. We promote the promote.
Oh, great song, man.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. So that's kind of like my thing, my solo thing. I do stuff like that. A lot of originals. I do some covers, of course. Everyone asks you for whatever. They see you with a guitar, they want to hear James Taylor, Tom Petty. Tom Petty. Everybody's like, I gotta hear some Tom Petty. So that happens all the time.
What are the covers you do that you feel fit your vibe the best, that you prefer to do over others?
Well, I do a lot of like blues covers. I don't really do anything like the record. I change keys. I do everything, all that kind of stuff. But, I do a song, Mark Cohn, Walking in Memphis. That really is a good vibe for
Yeah,
me.
it's a great tune.
That's a great tune. It's a piano thing, but it kind of just fits real nice on the guitar.
Yeah, it's a great tune.
Your fingers and stuff. I do some Dylan, I do, like I said, I've been drinking. That kind of.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very Chet Atkins of you.
Yeah. It's a right hand thing more than so like a lot of guitar players you wind up on your left hand working on your left hand. But for me on the acoustic guitar, I like to work on my right hand a lot more because that's really where the music comes from. You know what I mean? For me, as a solo person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that picking style? Does that translate because coming from the bass or?
I don't really know, but I've been playing with I play bass with I play with a pick, but I've really been playing with my fingers, so I can play both, and so when I started playing guitar, my right hand was kind of together already, so it was just a natural thing for me to just get into the finger picking thing, because I could already had a grip on controlling my right hand.
That technique goes way back. Merle Travis invented Travis picking.
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And popular in all types of fingerstyle guitar. That's why they call it fingerstyle guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And, jazz, country, bluegrass, anything that features acoustic guitar, four nights over, you're going to hear a whole lot of Travis picking.
It's great. It's great because what it really is keeping your thumb playing the bass line, you know, and then your four fingers. You want your other fingers to do
To free to do other stuff.
different
Yeah.
stuff. So if you play like blues, you know. You know, the bass is just kind of droning. You know, instead of, you know, alternating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's cool stuff, man. And it's, you know, keeps you busy.
Yeah, that's a
it ain't-
rabbit hole with no bottom right
It
there.
ain't easy to do, you know. And you don't see, you know, you don't see too many guys playing with a thumb pick around these parts either.
I'm glad you finally used it because I sounded in your thumb, and I'm like, man,
You know,
what's doing with
it's
that?
there the whole time. He's better use that thing.
there is actually, and I haven't attended, but there is a thumb pickers convention in Kentucky that you can go to, and the only requirement is that you play guitar with a thumb pick, and then you can be part of this.
That's
thing.
insane.
It's
That's a
pretty
specific thing.
Yeah, that's really like a niche kind of group to belong to.
Thumb Pickers Anonymous.
Excuse me, you checking in. Excuse me, where's your thumb pick? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you buy one right there.
Yeah,
you
you
can
go
buy
and-
one at the door.
At
Get
a
it.
market price.
Yeah, you check in is like, can I have your license and credit card, please? Okay, and the pick? Do you have the pick? You need the pick. You can't, no interest without the thumb pick.
Well, we can sell you one.
Yeah, we can sell you one for $35, but
That's what I'd be doing.
So,
Branded for the event.
so Mark, I would say this, and this is more in a, you know, just kind of follow me with this. And so I know, so it's not any way in a. Kevin's gonna smack me because I'm maybe feeling like I'm going in a weird direction here, but
it's all right. We've been in so many
Wait,
directions.
wait,
it doesn't
did you
matter.
check the Urban Dictionary before you go?
No. So this is where, and I use this technique when I had a guitar and before the drums, and I had sold it to somebody else, but I had a friend of mine who can play the guitar better than I could be part of the sale to make it sound good. Cause that's like most people's like, oh, I buy a guitar. It doesn't sound like that guy. And that's like, I could see Mark helping do sales. Like, hey, we got somebody who's looking to buy a guitar. Here, show him how to play this guitar. Yeah, I'm going to buy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, man, you made it sound good. Well, it's not just a guitar, right?
It's not just a good. Let me tell you about this guitar. First of all, this guitar I bought off of a dealer. Not even a dealer, a collector, let me say, a collector, and who came from Nazareth, PA, where they make Martin guitars.
Okay.
And he had bought a guitar from the company every single year for the past 40 years. He had 40 Martins, okay?
Wow.
All the way back from 1977 or whatever the hell it was. He decided he was going to deplete his collection, but he wasn't going to sell the guitar to just anybody. And he was selling all of the guitars he had, whatever the list price was or whatever they were selling for, he was going to sell them to an artist for $1,000 less. So I saw this and I said, hey, man, I'm interested in the guitar. And he said, well, what's your name? And send me your website and send me your YouTube page. I want to make sure you can play and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to invite you over because I'm not selling these guitars to people who are going to turn them around, you know? And I says, well, this is my name. This is my stuff. And he invited me to his house to play for him live, an audition, before he would sell me the guitar.
Oh, wow.
This is true. And this is the guitar. And I bought it in 2016 from him in his living room.
So what year is that one?
It's a 2016. So he started to deplete from his newest to his oldest guitar. And this was his newest guitar. When I got this guitar, the top was white. you know, because it's a spruce top and it'll age and start to look like a cedar top
Yeah.
as it ages. And I've got, I don't know, 1,500 gigs on it. You know what I mean? It's really when I play soloists, this is my guitar. So I made him a promise I would never sell the guitar, and I will never sell the guitar. And this is my guitar.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I got it for, you know,
$1,000 less.
I got it for $1,000 less than they were going for at the time. Now this guitar is $4,000. When I bought it, it was $3,000, and I got it for, I think, $2,100. I think I made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? And then I mentored a kid, and I went to the Fur Peace Ranch up in Ohio, which is owned by Jorma Kaukonen from the Jefferson Airplane and Hot Tuner and all that stuff. And you know, he signed my guitar.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, he signed it, and that was kind of a cool thing. I got photos with him because I grew up listening to, you know. That's all Jorma licks from Reverend Gary Davis, you know, that kind of stuff. So to get a chance to meet him, because I was listening to him since high school, you know,
Right.
and that was kind of cool. That was definitely kind of cool,
I believe it.
you know.
Very cool.
And it's good.
So you're going to be touring, I hear.
Well, I got some stuff happening. I'm touring with. I just did some tours with Jason Ritchie and a guy named J.J. Appleton out of New York City on Upright. He did he plays two 1932 National guitars, and it's the most organic gig. It's harmonica, just on a vocal mic, a mic on the guitar, and a direct line out of the upright bass. And I mean, these guys were doing everything from old Skip James and Slim Harpo stuff, all the way up to like covering Rihanna songs, and you know, like but it was all just in like that Delta blues style. And they came down, and I did 10 dates with them. So that was that, and that was fun. And then right after that, I went on tour. I kind of did the same tour again around here in Florida with a soul singer named Johnny Rawls. And Johnny is one of the surviving, bluesmen. You know, you had like B.B. King and Buddy Guy and Bobby Rush and all these guys. And Johnny's about 10 years younger than him. So he's like 81 now or 82. But he was friends with all those guys, and he, you know, Otis Clay and all that soul music. So he picked me up to be his bass player. And he's got some stuff going on in Florida. In fact, I'm going to be with him next Sunday. And then Monday, he's doing a spot at the Funky Biscuit. So I'm going to be playing bass for him on Monday. But we've been doing some tours with him, and I've, you know, done some blues cruises and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's kind of a cool thing, you know. I kind of leave my schedule open and I wait for the phone to ring. Maybe something cool will happen. And if nothing cool happens, you know, I'll sit on my couch and play my guitar, and that's cool too.
Right? Very awesome. Very awesome.
That happens a lot.
Not outside in the backyard though.
Not outside the backyard.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
speaking of touring, one of the things we asked our artists is a tale from the road, right? We're doing that this week, right?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah. So got a good gig story or something?
Do I got a good gig? Oh, I got.
Or anything?
What do we want me to go to? Like, you know, I could do Gig Nightmare. That's always fun.
Only to talk about years later, but yeah, do it.
You want to hear? One of my nightmare gigs?
Big nightmare.
Gig Nightmare. Okay, so, and I swear this is a true story. I'm young. I'm younger though.
You know what? That's what liars say.
I'm playing in.
What happened was
I'm playing. No, this is true because I wouldn't even. You couldn't make this up. In Massachusetts, I'm playing in a cover band. It's the 1990s, 80s, or whatever it is. You know, everybody's worried about long hair and and all that stuff. You know, and we do a college, and at the time, we're a low budget band, but you didn't have QSC powered speakers and stuff. We had like PV CS 800 power amps, which were like refrigerators to carry,
90 pounds each.
Yeah, right. So we go, and it's freezing, and we go down, and we do this college gig somewhere in Massachusetts. And it was a staircase. So we're bringing all this stuff down. We bring it down. We set it up. We do the gig. We have to change. And then we got to bring it all the way up, right? And we got another. It's a double. We got to do this again. So we drive, I don't know, a couple of hours. We go to another place, set up all this gear, do another show. We pile in the van, blah, blah, blah. And we realize, we really don't have, a decent place to stay. So now we're rolling around. We find this hotel, motel, whatever. It's like out of the movies, It's like 2012 was the name of the hotel or something. It was on some dark road, and I'm just beat up. But I know in my bag, I have a brand new set of sweatpants and stuff. I get in the shower. I get in a hot shower. I'm good. I'm going to have a good night's sleep. I need it, because, we're all drinking and partying during this whole thing. We're not just working,
Yeah,
we got to.
Well, that's part of the job.
Yeah, I get dressed. I get in the bed, man, right? I lay down. The fucking mattress is wet. The mattress is wet. I'm like, what the fuck am I home? Like, gray, so like I got like this stain from like my ankle to my shoulder.
Oh, man.
Got to get up, take off the sweatpants. Brandon threw them away. Another shower. I think I slept sitting on the toilet that night or something. I don't know.
Oh, crazy.
Oh, you haven't heard that story. Okay.
Did you hurl?
No, I don't think so. But that was, that one stayed with me for a while.
That's
That one
traumatic.
stayed for me for a while.
Yeah, those hotels, man.
Oh.
You never know what you get
Worst thing that ever happened to me in a hotel room bed was I got stabbed by a bed spring.
Oh.
But that's not nearly as bad as like laying in a wet bed in a hotel.
Oh, nasty.
That is so nasty.
nasty. So, when I tour now, it's got to be right. Or the answer is just no, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just got to be right, And we had a couple of snafus, and on the last tour that I did with lodging, and the band leader said, I should have taken my own advice, and I'm really sorry, guys, about the accommodations last night. But he goes, I have an old saying, and I should adhere by it. And the saying is, never follow an old hippie to a second location. It's not going to be good. And that's exactly what we did. We followed an old hippie to a second location, and it was not good. Yeah. And then they start cooking for you, and you're looking, oh.
What have I got myself into?
Yeah. How am I going to get out of this?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Buddy. And the other segment we got, Mark, is an MVP. It's like it's a shout out, with some kind of connecting the community together here in Florida, the musicians or people that are helping each other, right? Musicians helping each other. It's like, do you got somebody can think of that recognize that you just want to say, hey, so and so or whatnot. Really was like, hey, give it a shout out there to somebody else.
Well, there are so many people that, that I could, just drop all kinds of names and everything. But most of the people who really helped me in my career are not musicians.
Okay.
Well, they are musicians, but they're not full-time musicians.
Okay.
Like Al Poliak from the Funky Biscuit, he took me on, he gave me a chance to run his jam, and I wound up being there for, tons of years, and we became very close friends, and you know, and we shared a lot of things together throughout the years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he's been a big influence on my life, and just it's been great. Being over there, and that was really a huge thing for me because I'm in the blues world, and in order to really get known in the blues world, you really have to tour. You have to tour, or else people are just not going to know who you are, and And I didn't. I wound up in a position where I didn't have to tour at all because, they did the promotion. Everybody was coming to Florida, and I was hosting them every single Monday night. I was making friends with people, and my name got out there, and then when I started doing my own thing, and I just kind of cultivated a fan base here in Florida, which was nice. But then when I would go out on the road or somewhere else, people knew who I was already because of hosting the jam, and I would come home and write posts about everything and what happened. And then I go on a blues cruise, and people would be like, "Oh man, you're the guy! Man, I can't wait to wake up on Tuesday morning and find out what happened at the Funky Biscuit on Monday night last night." You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did that consistently for many years, and it became like a thing. But it gets to be a grind. But when you're doing something, it becomes a grind. You're doing it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it becomes like a grind, you're doing it right because people started to expect to see something on Tuesday. People were waiting to see if they were going to get tagged or mentioned or what songs they played or you know what I mean.
Yep.
And it became a real cool thing. It was
Like a FOMO.
Yeah, it was. It's just a real grassroots kind of like local movement thing that kind of like, took off within the blues community, nationally, and it was cool. It was cool. So that's how people got to know who I am,
Okay.
and I was able to kind of stay home, which was kind of cool, and then go out, when you're out on the road, you want to be home, and when you're home, you want to be out on the road. So it's kind of weird. Do you find the same thing, man?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get home and sleep in my own bed. You know what I
but
mean?
you know what?
And then when you're home, you're like, I can't wait to get out on the road and do something cool.
I've always been that way, but I've learned to just live, accept, and be grateful for what's going on today because you're not going to have it tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
never know.
I've been able to flip that script for myself, and it's made my life a lot more fun.
Yeah, right.
So no, that's that. I've again have not been to the Funky Biscuit. Been to other places, and like I
You
said,
should go. They actually
yeah.
sell
You should go.
biscuits there.
Oh,
believe it or
oh,
not.
Yes, you can order. You can order gumbo, and it comes with the funky biscuit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
All
an
right, I like
actual
it.
funky
Yeah.
biscuit
And it's
on the
not
menu.
really, and it's not even that funky, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Funny, you think it would be super funky, but it's not really that
there's no
funky.
green on it. It's fresh.
No, it's not funky at all. It's a very good biscuit, actually.
So
Yeah.
well, cool. So, Mark, so I know we've still got a lot more time. I mean, definitely, that was awesome. Performance there you just did. Would you be able to come back next week and keep it going and chat a little
I'd
bit more?
love to, man.
Maybe another tune next week and
That'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. But before we go though, is like, what do you got going on that you want to, let people know to check out, or here's the shameless plugs we were talking about. Like, go do
the
this.
second half of February is here upon us. So
So, I got a bunch of just some solo gigs going on in February. February is a little bit slow for me. I got some band stuff happening. The best place you can go really is just to my website. I'm trying to keep that up as up to date as possible with gigs I got coming in. So,
what would that be? What's your website?
MarkTelesca.com.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker, huh?
That's easy to remember.
Yeah. So just to do that, go there and you'll find out where I'm playing, and you'll see some merch on there. Little blurbs about me. I got a video page with some videos. I got a bass playing page. I got my solo acoustic performance page thing, and it's just a website, bunch of different pages.
Cool.
And it's cool, and you can find out. One of the pages is just live shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mark, you have original music up on YouTube with videos?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Well, we do have a segment. We'll talk about it next week, but we'll put you to the test. We review songs of other bands and artists, original music, and we say what makes the song. Is it the riff or the rhythm? So we'll put you up. Not next week though, but
Yeah, we won't
Yeah.
make you suffer through your own review, but
Yeah.
we'll have one of your songs up.
yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. So you let us know which one you want to have put up
And
there
you,
for the
you can
review.
participate with us next week and review somebody else's song with
That's
us. So
right.
you'll know how
Well,
it
that'd be
goes.
fun.
Yeah.
Fun. That'd be
So
fun.
yeah. So cool. So
All right.
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank
thanks,
you
Mark.
guys,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah.
know we got off on some tangents, but that's okay.
No,
It
that's
was cool.
perfect. That's
This
exactly
whole
what
show
this
is a tangent.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
the tangent show.
Just wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
short,
week. Yeah.
short attention span theater.
That's us. Squirrel.
All right.
So yeah, yeah, this is super cool. Connecting Mark with the show here, and
It's all about the guitar players, the riffs, the powers, and the riffs.
Power of the riff.
Here we go with the
Yes.
riffs. Yeah. But he did say he was a bass player, so there's a little rhythm going on too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but I've never heard anybody say, you know what, the rhythm of that bass player is my favorite part. They don't say that.
okay, all right. Well,
That
remember,
bass riff was awesome. People
lady-
say that all the time.
are the ladies out there shaking on the dance floor to the riff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay, all right, you say so.
But let me tell you what.
No, they're doing it to the rhythm.
I know 1,000 bass riffs that will surely get you fired as a bassist.
That sounds like a tutorial. Like you could sell that
Yeah.
for
Oh, that's it, yeah.
$29.95.
You know,
That's
because
next
everybody wants
YouTube.
your bass playing. You know.
1,000 bass riffs that will get you fired.
Yeah,
That's a great-
1,000 bass riffs that's going to get you fired.
Play anything but this.
Yeah, here. So cool. So you got some stuff coming up here. Again, you got Bike Week coming up, and again, just look at the links here. Go to his website there. Just look them.
Yes, go to
Yeah,
Bike Week
yeah.
at the Cabbage Patch, and I'm going to also be playing a couple nights at Dale's Ales
Oh, nice.
Okay.
out in
When is Bike Week again? March, right?
It's the last weekend of February and the first weekend of March,
Oh,
those
man.
10 days.
10 days, yeah, 10 days.
and it is. I call it me and 10,000 of my closest strangers.
There you go.
That's right.
But it's cool. I go and camp out at the Cabbage Patch campground. So I basically live 100 yards from the stage that I'm playing every day. It's awesome.
Good, man. Good for you. I'm glad you.
Yeah, just roll out and play and then go back to the bottle
You never know.
or to the bike, whichever one I'm doing.
Yeah, one or the other.
One or the other, but not both.
Roll in and roll out of the tent.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah. Cool. Well, here we are.
This is the end.
That's right.
The end is near.
So
Right.
we are.
The end is
So
near.
yeah. So I will, since I'm no longer dry January.
Oh my
so-
goodness,
yeah,
he's
so
going to do a shot.
We're gonna do a little bit of a little
It's time
sippy sip.
for wet February.
Wow, jeez.
Wet
Sponsored by
February.
the 2012 motel.
Yeah, sponsored by Adam and Eve for your Valentine's Day gifts. Go ahead and go stop by the Lion's Den on
Yeah.
right in Fort Pierce.
Yes, act now and get a free eye
yeah.
shield.
Yeah. Make sure you use the product code RIFFS. 10% off on all your favorite marital aids.
Here is to Wet February.
Here's to Wet February. Yes.
And to Mark Telesca.
Yeah,
with his
same,
awesome,
Mark, yeah.
Awesome guitar
Cool.
riffs.
So,
riffs.
Thank you.
Cheers.
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 All right.
See you next week.